Check out this little beauty behind me. That was a bit shit.
It's your Aussie coming in.
Check out this little beauty behind me. Now, we only do walkarounds on the really cool rigs around here, and this one really does stand out from the rest, because not only does it look like pretty much original from when it came out of the factory with its really period accessories on it, this thing's actually set up in a way to go touring and enjoy the Australian outback whenever you can. But look, we'll start up the front like we always do. We've got the aluminium bull bar, which is sporting some King's spotties, which would have been a period thing. This thing would have been in, like, this is first month 1989, so I reckon looking at it, that would have been a late 1980s bull bar for sure. And in 1989 we've got the square headlights, so nothing much going on there. Now we've got some little 15-inch rims with some 31s. These are all terrains. This thing's not set up for going off-road, meant anyway extreme off-road, but this thing's meant for touring. It really is. We've got a snorkel, we've got some of the more trucky style rear view mirrors on the side here, and I've been told that this is a dealer fitted side step here. We've got the corrugated aluminium there. That would have been an option probably along with the bull bar back in the day. And it's got the cool wraparound rear bar on this, very custom. It's like tubular, and it's got a great step in the back to give access to the back of this 60, because this 60 1989 had barn doors on the rear of it. And then we'll go into why it's so good to have barn doors on this vehicle in a minute when we go and have a look at the setup in the back. But first, let's go under the bonnet and see what's going on under there. Right, so under the bonnet is really the reason why it was in a Mr. Landcruiser as well. So we had a lot going on under here from the previous owner. It had a biodiesel setup, so it had a water to fuel cooler. It had a really elaborate maze of pipes, fuel delivery. We got solenoids to switch between the fuels and all that. One of the things we've done is rip all of that off, because Sophia doesn't want any of that on here. She just wants the original setup. So she's got two tanks in here. We've got the big 150 litre under the rear that replaces the original tank and the spare wheel. And it's also got a belly tank under there as well. So she's got a switch and a solenoid so she can swap between the two of those, giving you a lot of range. It really does. And well over 200 litres of fuel on board in this thing at one time. So other than that, we've got big cooling problems. So it was overheating quite badly. So we've been right through the cooling on this vehicle. We've done hoses, thermostats, water pumps, viscous. We've had the radiator out. We've had the tanks off to check that we got proper flow through the core of the radiator. And I've been for a drive in this now, and it doesn't even get over the quarter mark on the temperature gauge. It's really good. We've done oil leaks and on the transfer case, and we've just gone right through it. She wants to know where she's at with it. We had exhaust leaks, so we had the exhaust manifold flange machined flat, because it had looked like someone had previously cleaned it quite recently and literally taken a grinder to it. It was all over the place. So we've got a nice flat surface there to give it its best possible sealing surface. So future plans under here for Sophia is the aircon. Now there's an aftermarket aircon bracket on here with an aftermarket air condition compressor. We haven't got any of the tensioners and the pulleys and stuff like that, and we haven't got any in the yard, so she's going to have to replace her pump, her compressor, to go with a factory TEQ bracket, which we do have all the tensioners and we can accommodate for. We'll do that probably in the spring when she brings it back for the next visit. That's about it under here. It's amazing how much cleaner it looks under here. It really is, compared to what I wish we had taken a picture before we took all of it out. Right, I normally sit in them when I do the interior bit, but Sophia, with what she's done in the rear of this vehicle, the seat's jacked right forward, there's no movement back. I'm about the shortest. Even little Mick on the hoist over there struggles to get in this one. I'm about the only one who can squeeze in here, believe it or not, to drive the thing around the yard. But we've got the On the floor we've got the vinyl, really easy to clean out, all the vinyl seats. This is great for a beach rig or something like that where you can just blow it out. We haven't got a carpet that you've got to get all those bits of material out of. Being a 1989, we've got the later dash, which is in very, very good condition. We've got a dash mat up there. And there's a few switches going on the dash, one of them being the fuel solenoid, which we could switch between the two tanks. And we've got a double din stereo in the spot where the factory one used to go there, a little Sony. But completely original, other than that. There's a few dents. Someone's obviously kicked the glove box lid there at some stage. But this is really cool. We've got the original Toyota book here, and we'll go into the history later on this. But it originally came from Bow Desert in Queensland, this vehicle, and it's all in here in the sale documents and all that. Very cool. Still got the original stamps in there. That is cool. Right, now I really want to show you in the back of this thing, because Sophia's done a really good job of setting this thing up just how she wants it to go touring. So this is so cool in the back of this thing, and I think that this is one of the reasons 60s are getting so popular with young guys now, because this is the kind of thing you can do and just hit the road. You can take the rear seats, you can either flatten them out or take them out altogether. Sophia's taken them out altogether and put a false floor in, so she's got storage, even more storage underneath there when you open the side doors. She's made all this herself in the back. There's a little bedside table over there with a couple of drawers. She made it all from scratch. And we've got more storage under the bed here. There's a drawer here that pulls out. It's not a drawer, but no, it's just a bit more storage. So that goes under there. We've got an Engel fridge there, simple. And so Sophia's a FIFO worker. She works 7 days on, 7 days off. When she gets back, she picks this up from the airport, and she just picks a destination and goes. She just gets to her destination, pops the curtains out, boom, you are done, mate. There's no setting up any swags, nothing like that. You can just tour and go wherever you want. She's also, she goes to towns with decent skate parks, so she's a skater girl, that's for sure. There's a helmet up there, skateboards, loads of other skate paraphernalia. But yeah, that's the back of this thing. How good is it? How good is it to be able to just go and get out there? So before we wrap this one up, let's go into the history a little bit. Now, Sophia was telling me that she bought this off a young lad that had found it in a barn in northern New South Wales, and it had sat in that barn collecting dust for about 9 years when he got his hands on it. He only had it for about 2 months. I think he just cleaned it up, and he was after the quick flip on this one. But Sophia has definitely gained herself a little tourer that will get out there, and now Mr. Landcruiser has been through it. It will stay on the road for many years to come. She's going to get loads of enjoyment out of this HJ60. It's I can't wait to see it again, and I think she's off now, hitting the road straight away. First month, 1989 HJ60.